the parabola negative 5/3 x squared minus 20x minus 64. Okay, the typical way we like to graph in our software here is to find the vertex and then find 2 points on either side of the vertex. So let me make an XY table here, and then these would be what we'd put into our graph. So I need to find the point in the middle, and the way that we find that point in the middle is usually, or one way you could do this is by completing the square, but we're going to do instead just the formulaic way. So we're going to calculate negative b over 2 times a as the x coordinate of the vertex. So it would be negative b, which is negative 20, over 2 times negative 5/3. So that would be equal to 20, and that's being divided by negative 10/3, which means we would be multiplying by 3 over negative 10. 20s and 10s are 2's, so it looks like a negative 6. So negative 6 is the x coordinate of the vertex. So now I'm going to break into my calculator and type in negative 5/3 x squared minus 20x minus 64, and I'm going to use that to figure out what some of these values are around negative 6. So I'm just going to sort of draw it and trace, and when I plug in negative 6, the value I get is negative 4. And then I need 2 points on the left and 2 points on the right, so I'm going to stick in the numbers negative 7 and negative 8, and I'm going to stick in the numbers negative 5 and negative 4, because this will give me enough information to be able to graph my function. So when I stick in negative 7, it looks like I get negative 5 and 2/3, negative 5 and 2/3, which is, let's see, 5, 15, 17 is negative 17/3. And then when I stick in negative 8, I get negative 8 gives me negative 10 and 2/3. Negative 10 and 2/3, which is 30, 32, so that's negative 32 over 3. Now, fortunate part about a parabola is that the values on the other side are also going to be the exact same values, negative 17 over 3 and negative 32 over 3. So those points would be the points that we can now graph inside of the software to be able to plot this particular parabola. Now, because I'm not too intricate over here, I can just tell you that the estimation of where these numbers would show up to see if you're playing a long right is going to be sort of over here. But since I'm not a perfect artist and I don't have a lot of accessibility here, I'm just going to leave it at that. So why don't you try this next one on your own? If you were meant to graph this function right here, how could we go about finding 5 points, 1 vertex and 2 on either side, that could be used to draw this graph? So assuming you paused it and tried it on your own, let's go for the vertex first. X equals negative b, negative 6/5, over 2 times a. So 2 times 1/5 would be 2/5. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So negative 3 is our special middle number. So 2 below and 2 above. And let's go plot this into the calculator so we can see. So we have 1/5 times x squared plus 6/5 times x plus 29/5. So graph. Once that's graphed, we're going to start sticking in some of these numbers in the middle. So I'm going to stick in negative 3. And negative 3 gives me an answer of 4. So negative 3, 4. Now, before I went down, let's go up this time. Negative 2 gives me an answer of 4.2, or 4 1/5. So instead of 4 1/5, I'm going to plot this one as 21 over 5. And then for negative 1, we get 4.8. 4.8, which is 4 4/5, which would be 24 over 5. Okay, because of the symmetry of the parabola, the answers on the other side would also be the 21 over 5 and the 24 over 5. And those 5 points would be sufficient for getting the graph of this problem. Just for some verification, if you plotted this on your own, you would be seeing a graph that kind of looks like that. It's a wider one, and its center or its vertex is up in quadrant number 2.